So, welcome back. Any questions from the first session?
Yeah, I have a question.
Yeah.
Basically, when you talk about system 1 and system 2, you refer to a way of thinking and the different thought processes within one particular personality. However, on your charts it said personalities, and then you had the description of these two systems. I assume that it's the process that goes on in your mind.
Exactly.
You have to make a decision. Is this, in your opinion, general for all people, or is it something that is particular for a trader?
No, this is a general dynamics that's going on in all our decision-making processes, whatever we do. Why I gave them personalities in the way I wanted to express it is just to make another metaphor of the same thing. I'm not trying to say that some persons have these personalities more or less. Yes, they do in some respects. Some people are more analytical and they are more naturally bound to be and work from in the system 2, being much more careful in their personality, much more calculating, much more analytic. And then we have the freewheeler type person, which is much more inclined to jump the gun and make jokes and things like that, and are not especially analytical. But whatever personality you are or which traits you have, you will make use of them more or less. And when we are working with these processes, we will be influenced, whether we are analytical or not. We will be influenced by the freewheeling system, suggesting to you different types of metaphors and prototypes that will influence your decision-making process and your analytical conclusions. And it's the other way around, obviously.
My point is just that it's, in my opinion, it's a very, very vast generalization, because although everything that we do in studies like this will eventually be a generalization, then most personality studies, they look at maybe 8 major stereotypes. Most analysis, they try to grind it down to maybe 4 or 5 different personality types in order to place people in different categories.
Yeah.
Of course, there are probably many more, but cutting it all down to like 2 simple thought processes or systems, I should call it, I think it's very generalizing.
Yes, it's a fair point, and we're not trying here to describe personalities, so that's not the aim. It's making an understanding of thought and decision-making processes understandable. So I gather you're referring to Belbin, for example, with 8 different types of personalities, like the pusher and the finisher and things like that. This is not at all the model we're working with here. This model, which is the model that the Professor Daniel Kahneman has developed and is in his book, is a way to understand how we govern our decision-making processes and what influences us in them. So it's strictly a model for that. Thank you very much for pointing that out, because I think it did us some good here.